Well, President Biden's COVID diagnosis forcing him off the campaign trail. This as top Democrats ramp up the pressure campaign to convince him to bow out. Bret Baier is here. We've got a little bit of breaking news that is coming from some of our colleagues at other places. Axios reporting that top Democrats believe that the pressure is ramping up so much, Bret, that the president could actually get out of the race this weekend.
Yeah.
As soon as this weekend, I should say.
Yeah, good morning. I've had some conversations here with top Democrats, names that people will know in the hallways and kind of nooks and crannies of this convention, who put the over-under at 5 days to give the president time to do a dismount of some kind, a speech, a big event. But this is happening. It is going down the hill. The boulder is rolling. You start with Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries meeting in person. You then have Nancy Pelosi with poll numbers. You have Jeffrey Katzenberg, the campaign finance guy, saying checks are dry. There's nothing coming in. And I think that this is all adding up to the realization that President Biden will not be the nominee, and it'll happen sooner rather than later.
We know in politics, money is time, right? Money is time. And if you got the money.
Think about how that has changed. Yeah. Just in the past few days. And that image of him getting into the SUV, Peter pointed it out earlier. It's just
if they had kept, sorry, go ahead.
I just want to show this. We talked about this all week. The AP poll about those who think you should withdraw. 70% overall among Democrats, 65%. And that's the walk up the stairs yesterday. Peter said this is not in slow motion. That's what he's led with this morning at 6 a.m. Quentin Folks, Biden principal deputy campaign manager, said he's staying in this is just a moment ago now. Okay. He said he's staying in this race. The president's in this race. We look forward to accepting the nomination in Chicago. Prior to that, he said this: I think when it comes to if he's open or being receptive to any of that, with regard to the reports of the president becoming receptive to the possibility of any of his campaign. And then he stops and he says, look, the president has said it several times. He's staying in the race. That was just a short time ago.
Yeah, he has to say that kind of stuff. But there has been an evolution in how the president's answered the question from God has to tell me to I've got to get hit by a train to maybe if they tell me I'm losing and I will lose to if I have a medical problem.
And we have a medical problem. As I mentioned earlier, flailing campaigns don't die from COVID, but they might die with it. And it was 3 weeks ago tonight at 9:17 p.m. during the debate. I put my pen down, stopped taking notes, and I said, this is over. Not just the debate, but I really believe they were going to pull him. I've wavered a little bit now and then. And I'm sitting here thinking, wait, it's 3 weeks. But here's the next question I have, Bret. Looking at what we have now, it's painful and it's sad.
It is sad.
I think the next question is, can he be president for the next 6 months?
Well, they're going to say, I think, that he can, and he's going to give this speech, and he's going to have all these people around him. But there will be questions about national security. There will be questions about if he's not capable to be the nominee, if he's not capable by the special counsel to stand trial for those classified documents, then why is he capable to have the nuclear codes? And so that will be the next question, definitely. But I think what we're dealing with here is this evolution. And just think what may happen. There may be this small primary forum of candidates that happens before we get to Chicago, August 19th. And then Chicago, remember the last Democratic convention, 1968, open convention. Yeah. Protests outside. This is going to be a wild
Today's the 18th
weeks.
of July. We're talking about a month. Hey, let me just add one other thing. Yeah. The period between the transition period from one administration to the next is when you are the most vulnerable as a country. And so they might say he's fine for the next 6 months, but I think that we all have to really realize that, one, it's an amazing story to cover, but it's also extremely serious from a national security standpoint.
It's very scary. Think about Van Jones last night says, a bullet doesn't take down former President Trump. COVID has taken down President Biden. David Axelrod saying it is time. Democrats are coalescing. All these names are very publicly saying it's happening. Yeah. So I believe it's happening.
And another way of phrasing it, they've been working the refs publicly for several weeks. And in the end, they might get the play that they're trying to run within the next several days.
I agree. And I don't think they originally wanted to do it publicly. I think they wanted to handle it privately, but there was such pushback from President Biden, from Jill Biden, from Hunter Biden, that these leaks started happening. Yeah. And there's more and more of them.
Because you leak it to pressure them. And that's what happened. Wow.
See you later tonight. The joint's going to be rocking, as they say.
The last one.
You know what it is? It's a full court press.
Okay.
Nicely done. Talk sports.
There we go.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.